Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the East Delaware Knights Team Builder Dynasty here on College Football 26. In the last episode, we had a big recruiting week, and we also had a big rivalry game. And unfortunately, one of those went well, and the other one went not so well. So somehow, some way, we lost to our biggest rival, the Delaware Blue Hens. It was by a point because I tried to go for two to win the game and didn't get it. But we shouldn't have lost that game in the first place. We were clearly the better team the whole game, and I couldn't beat them for some reason. They were playing tougher than Penn State played when we went on the road to Beaver Stadium and we beat them. So I don't know how we couldn't beat the Delaware Blue Hens, but we suffered our first loss of the year. I'm hoping that we don't suffer any more losses the rest of the year, but I mean, if we're going to play bad against Delaware, who knows how else we're going to play against some of these other teams that aren't that great. We have another doubleheader today, obviously, weeks 8 and weeks 9, and then we have some more recruiting hopefully to take care of. We have another rivalry game. Our final rivalry game of this first season is against Temple, and that is the first game of today's episode, the first game of the doubleheader. I'm hoping we can get some more recruits in today's episode, and I'm hoping we can go 2-0 in today's video as well. If you want to enjoy it, that like button, subscribe to the Juice Club, and let's kick this game off right. We have another home game, this time against Temple, in the rivalry, as you can see. And if I'm not mistaken, this should be another game that we have commitments or possible recruits on campus. Last episode in week 7 was a big one because we had 2 5-stars on campus in Keon Grover and Luis Trejo, and that did really well. Those two guys are very close to committing. Trejo is obviously more close. I mean, look how big of a bar increase that is on Trejo just from the visit and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we succeeded so well in his visit. We got the A- proximity to home thing. We got the plus 75% blowout. We got the family visit. I mean, that was a big visit for Luis Trejo. So it's looking good to get him, and it's looking good to get Keon Grover. We have to get him committed before he goes on campus to these Florida schools, or we're not going to get him. So getting 2 5-stars in year number 1 would be amazing. We're also trying to get Jermaine Braxton, but I don't know if he's going to commit. This week 8 game against Temple is going to end up being massive because this could turn the tide if he's going to go to Arizona or if he's going to come to us. Spencer Woolleyhand, we're looking good on. We need to get him on campus at some point, but we just don't have the hours to spend right now. The week 7 visit for Clarence Willingham worked really well. It just might not work enough to get us past Georgia. He's probably just going to commit. I really should take the hours off of him and put them onto somebody else. But there's that little sliver of hope that we could get into the race. But I'm almost guaranteed. I would almost guarantee it that he probably after this week, this episode, this game against Temple, he would probably commit to Georgia after that game, even though he's not on campus till week 11. But I feel like there's a little sliver of hope that he'd change his mind and come to us. Fetu Fua, we really got into the race a couple episodes ago and skyrocketed to the top of his board. He could commit very soon if everything goes well. The reason we have only 5 hours on some of these guys is because we're the only team going after them. So we don't really have to even worry about them until maybe a little bit later in the class. Jaden Landers, we ended up putting 15 on because Wake Forest is starting to make a slight push. We've got 50 hours on Lawrence Pitts, 5 on Nick Madden, Jaden Denny, and Dalvin Stumpf. We're trying to get in the race on because nobody's even offered these guys any scholarships. So if we can get in the race, that'd be sick. And then the rest of these guys, we just don't have enough hours to even possibly get in the race for. We're only working with 400 hours, which is why these 2 5-stars at the beginning, at the first year, would be legendary. But we have to finish out the recruits. We got to finish out the recruitment. So we're taking on Temple in game 1 of the doubleheader today. They're not as good as us, but like I said, we lost to Delaware, and they were not as good as us. So let's keep our head focused. It's a home game. We don't have to worry about any crowd or anything like that. It's a home game. We just got to go out there and win. We will start with the football at home in Dover, Delaware. as we take on our rivals from up the what's the highway? The I-70, I-65. It's some sort of highway. I named this rivalry when I was creating the Dynasty, but I can't remember back. Been like a month ago that I created that I was doing the team builder stuff. So I don't necessarily remember what the rivalry name is, but I know I used it. Did I use it? Is this the battle? This could be the battle for. No, I think that's the Penn State rivalry. One of the rivalries I named based on William Penn. That's got to be Penn State because I think Temple's in Philadelphia, isn't it? Oh, Akeem Bell with a great handoff. He's got a lot of room. Akeem Bell. We'll get to the rivalry names in a second. Akeem Bell into the end zone. Touchdown, Delaware Knights. What a run. I mean, he just had open space, and then that one receiver blocked him down the field. The only man to beat. There's only one man on campus today, and that's Braxton, the 4-star guard. I'd still like to impress him because we got to get past Arizona. What a run for Akeem Bell. I mean, we talk about how he's a spark plug. He's just a little ball of electricity. And he bursts onto the scene right there with a huge run. Well, that's one way to start, that's for sure. That's a huge play to get us on the board first. I don't know how this Temple offense is going to play, but hopefully not very good. Misfires and missed targets. 2 interceptions, 0 touchdowns for Evan Simon last game for him. That's never a good sign when they're highlighting your missed throws and interceptions from a week ago. So maybe he's not playing as good as we could have thought he would be. But anyway, back to the rivalries thing. I think I hit the quarterback late. I dove there for an unnecessary reason. I think, yeah, I did hit him late. Darn it. I named one of the rivalries, I think it was the Penn State rivalry. I named it the Battle for William Penn or something along those lines because if you're not familiar with who William Penn is, he is obviously known for founding Pennsylvania because Penn, Pennsylvania, you get it. And then he also, back in the day, was given the rights by the government of, I don't know if it was England or if it was whoever was in charge of the Delaware area, the territory at the time. He was given that territory, and he founded Delaware as well. So, because I was looking up different historical connections between Delaware and cities and states around the area, like Pennsylvania, like New York, New Jersey area, Rhode Island, all the different areas around Delaware. I was looking up different connections to make different rivalries, and I found that thing up about Penn State and about William Penn, and I was like, "Ooh, that's actually pretty good." And it makes it so we have a top-tier rivalry in Penn State because I wanted to have one as Temple turns the ball over on 4th down. I wanted to have a like top-tier rivalry, and then a couple lower tier like Temple, like Maryland, and obviously our one against the Blue Hens, which is our main rivalry. I promise you I'm on Heisman difficulty, by the way. I promise you I'm on Heisman difficulty. Unless something changed. No, we are still on Heisman difficulty, as you can see right there. So, we're just getting some good luck with these runs. But I wanted to have a top tier rivalry against a powerhouse team, which ended up being Penn State, as Shelton Lighton gets in the end zone. Easy touchdown. Temple's not on our level. Temple is not on our level. We're running right past these guys. And then I wanted to have a couple lower tier rivalries, which are the Maryland rivalry and the Temple rivalry. And then obviously we have our in-state rivalry against Delaware. So we kind of have a mixed bag of different levels of rivalries. And once we get to a point where we're the top tier team along the lines of Penn State, then it'll switch. It'll pivot. So where we have a same tier rivalry with Penn State, then we have a lower tier, the super low tier rivalries with Temple and Maryland. And then we have our in-state rivalry, which will never change. We'll always play that game because it's Delaware versus East Delaware. Obviously, you have to play that game. It's the whole reason we built this team. Well, not the whole reason, but it's one of the biggest reasons why we built this team is because I wanted to have 2 teams coming into the game for the first time as rivals. I thought it makes sense, both in the same state. Anyway, enough of me rambling on about the lore of East Delaware and why I chose different rivals. We are winning 14-0 against Temple. They're 2-5. They're not that good. They're under a 70 overall team, although they did get a big play right there. I thought we were going to force another punt, or force a punt, because they went for it on 4th down last time. Force a punt. But the receiver gets wide open across the middle. Nobody around him. That is one of our big things that we struggle with our corners. The coverage skills of some of our corners and the speed combination. Like the speed plus cover skills on all of our corners are not necessarily that great. Some of them are decently fast but don't have great cover skills. Some of them have good cover skills but not very fast. So we kind of don't have that mix of corner athletes that we need, as a screenplay just gets unbelievable yardage for Temple. That should never have happened. We got blocked too easily, and we could not get anybody out to rally around him. That's two different frustrating plays that we've allowed by this Temple quarterback, and he's going to scramble this time. Pop him in the face! We did pop him in the face, but he holds on to the football. Evan Simon, senior backfield creator quarterback from Temple, thinking he's got Lamar Jackson type abilities. I don't know about that. He's going to go with this RPO to the wide receiver. Loses a yard on that one. They have 4 first downs. That's a little unnecessary. 4 first downs. We've been dominating them. But here we are nonetheless. I really prefer a turnover or something. And Caleb Cormier with the sack right there. That's 3rd and 17. Pushes them out of field goal range for now. We'll see what happened. Did Cormier give me a little sally there? I didn't see it. It went by too quick. Nice blitz, or a nice pass rush move, getting around him and a little swim, and then we don't get to see the celebration. I must have skipped past it too quickly. I think he gave me a little like Walls of Jericho type action, little Y2J. Across the middle, they're back in field goal range, but they're not going to get a first down. It's 4th and 9, right dead center. This is going to be a make. There's no way he misses this, unless he hooks it ungodly to either side, but I doubt that. Although, Harvey almost blocked it. Oh my God, Brian Harvey. Man. I thought Brian Harvey had a God-tier jump. He did have a God-tier jump. He just didn't get the angle he needed to block that kick. That would have been legendary. We've already had one already in this series. Didn't we, like, episode 1? We had a block kick, or am I thinking of South Carolina Dynasty? I can't remember. I know we've had a block kick already in College Football 26, but I can't remember if it was in this series or if it was in South Carolina. It might have been in South Carolina, actually. Shelton Lighton is going to work on this Temple defense. They don't stand a chance. And speaking of don't stand a chance, Akeem Bell already has the popped off touchdown. What did he go, like 60-something yards or something like that? Maybe 70-something yards, because he already has 78 yards, so he had to have gone crazy on it. And he must have gone 78 yards because he didn't get anything on that run right there. So, and speaking of an athlete who can run, Kenyon Garnett blazes down the sideline for a 21-yard scamper. And we're going to let this go to the end of the first quarter. We are up 14-3 as we head to quarter number 2 here at home. Remember, we don't necessarily need the blowout. It's definitely going to be super helpful because of how much of a deficit we have against Arizona for that guard, that 4-star guard. So I definitely want to get the blowout, and I want to impress him as much as possible. Now, unfortunately, this is going to be considered a lower-tier opponent in Temple, but there's nothing really we can do about that. They're not having a good year. They're not rated very highly. So it is going to be considered a lower-tier opponent, so that's not going to help us very much, but the rest should. The blowout should help us. The visit hopefully goes well for him. If all that goes well, I don't know if it's going to be enough to pass Arizona, because Arizona had a big lead. So I don't know if it's going to be enough to pass Arizona. But hopefully it'll keep us in contention as Micah Cypress puts the wheels on number 15 corner. He broke his ankles right there, and Cypress takes it up to the 2-yard line. We might be able to punch this in with a big Shelton Lighton handoff. And there it is. And Lighton is into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the day? I think so. He's got 2 now, and Akeem's got the other one. Yeah, he's got 2. Perfect. We are dominating on the ground. We are up 21-3. This is how I thought this game would go. I figured we would be better than them. I don't know why the Delaware Blue Hens put up such a fight where they actually beat us. We just weren't on top of our game, even though it's a rivalry game. We weren't playing our best brand of ball. And we also weren't playing our breast brand of ball. The breasts were not good. 1st and 10. Oh, I thought it was going to be a keeper for sure with the quarterback. I didn't read the read option correctly. I was ready to blow him up, though. I was going to blow his back out. 2nd and 2 after the handoff to the running back on read option. If Caleb Cormier can sack the quarterback like he did earlier, we'd be in a good spot. But they keep going to these RPOs. These little RPOs to the wide receivers on the flat are working for them, for the most part. They're working for them. Quarterback keeps it a little bit too long. It's going to be swatted incomplete. I thought he caught that for a second. Not my guy. I thought the Temple receiver caught it. I thought I just completely whiffed on the swat, and it went right into his hands. Thankfully, it doesn't. And it's a complete pass. I love this field, man. The way that it looks with the dark green. I love this field. It really makes you think we're playing on like an old school AstroTurf, like the old school Vikings used to play on back in the 90s and 2000s and stuff. Makes you think of that. And that's what I was going for. I wanted that kind of feel, even though we're not playing on real AstroTurf, obviously. Because we had natural grass in the Golden Broncos series. That golden field was natural grass. So I wanted something a little bit more of a different feel to, a different look to it when we did this series. And I didn't want to make it a different color field. I know we went a little darker green than normal, but I didn't want to make it like, I could have made it like a cream color or something to match the team, but I know not a lot of people like the gimmick fields where like Boise State's got the blue field and Eastern Michigan's got that silver field, which is super weird. And there's one team that has a red field. Is it Western Kentucky that has the red field, or maybe the Raging Cajuns? One of the red teams, the bum red teams, one of them has a red field. I can't remember which one it is. Good hit. And then obviously last year we had the golden field with the Golden Broncos, but this year we just got a darker green field. It's not that big of a switch to your eyes. It might take like a game or two to get used to, but I'm used to it by now. Great tackle by Caleb Cormier coming off the edge there. Oh no, that's Jalen Means, excuse me. Good tackle by Jalen Means coming off the edge there. And it's a 3rd and 8. Are we really going to hold to another field goal? I'd love to. I mean, I'd love an interception, actually. He's going to scramble to the side. That's pass interference, but they're not going to call it. Thankfully. we got bailed by a no call there. Brian Harvey, the last time they set up for a field goal, was very close. Just inches away from a field goal block, and he's not going to be close this time. They will drill it. It is 21-6 as we get close to halftime here in East Delaware, in Dover, Delaware. The Monster Mile, home of the Monster Mile. NASCAR Dover racetrack. 2-minute warning. Verticals seem cool, but the arm strength of Kenny Garnett is always a factor. And actually, nobody's open. So we'll just chuck that out of bounds and restart. That's totally fine. Minute 55 to go. We started with the football, so Temple will get the ball to begin the second half. I'm going to get that to the fullback, get that to Big Dog Grayson. And after a play or two, I am going to have to turn the shoe clock off because I don't want to run myself out of the half. We've had some pretty epic... Oh, Christ. I got called for intentional grounding there. I mean, we didn't have anybody block on the right side, and they had like 2 guys that were free. No, I don't want to punt. Hold on, timeout call. Timeout call. I don't want to punt this football. You kidding me? I would really like to score a touchdown here to head into halftime. A 28-6 halftime lead would be pretty awesome. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get that unless I can hit this throw. It'd be a pretty crazy throw of hit. It's dropped off of Skip Montgomery's hands. I can't believe it. It was actually thrown fairly well from Kenyon Garnett, which is the shock of the century that he threw that as accurately as he did. But Skip Montgomery, who's supposed to be our Kyle Pitts clone, maybe he's living up to the Kyle Pitts name. I don't know, but it's an instant touchdown for Temple. This game's starting to fall apart here. I can't believe Skip Montgomery dropped it. I even went secure catch to make sure he would catch it. He'd have the best chance to catch it. Man, that's tough. He didn't even really have to worry about the DB that was covering him, or the linebacker even who was covering him. I don't even know. All he had to do was, it was thrown so far ahead of him that he just had to catch it. But that sucks, man. A drop pass right there really hurts us because it obviously allows Temple to get on the board again. 21-13. We've lost our 17-point lead that we had, or 17-point plus. That's actually open, though. Worthington catches, throws him a block, and there it is! That's the big play we were looking for. We just didn't have the right receiver in mind. It's Brandon Worthington with the touchdown. Little step back. Oh, doesn't take it? Okay. Brandon Worthington has had a big second half of the year. I mean, he's been, as I drop my controller, oh, he's been fantastic. Mainly in catch and run situations. Like, he hasn't been getting big plays because he just runs down the field past a DB and catches a ball like a bomb, like Keelan Rounds has done before. He's more of a, I'll catch it, and then I'll do the rest of the work myself. I'll run past you after I have the ball in my hands. Which is good, because that's what Cooper Kupp does, and we kind of molded him after Cooper Kupp a little bit. So, or at least Cooper Kupp was in mind when I created Brandon Worthington. He wasn't necessarily molded exactly like Cooper Kupp. Not like Francis was molded after Aaron Donald, or Shelton Lighton was molded after Derrick Henry. Those kind of guys were exactly molded after them. Worthington kind of just ended up being inspired by Cooper Kupp a little bit. Good route runner. Good enough speed, as you saw right there. So that's kind of the vision that I had for him. Hand off to this running back. This running back's been a pain in my side right now. I mean, he's been doing some good stuff. They don't call their timeout. They only have one left. If we could force him out of field goal range or an interception. No, he stays. How did he stay on his feet? We saved the time, or we saved from going out of bounds there, so they forced to call the timeout. How did he get off the tackle there? We need a sack. A sack ends this half because they won't be able to get up in time. Keep him in bounds. Good job. Good job. They're going to run up and probably spike it, I would assume. Yeah, they're going to have enough time to spike it, unfortunately. They will have 4 seconds left. They'll take another field goal. It'll be 28-16. Although it's far right hash, that's a harsh angle. Maybe they miss it. It's up, and it is good. Why can't I ever get the CPU kickers that miss when they're on the road? I see that a bunch of times in different YouTuber series where the CPU kickers can never make kicks when they're on the road. And yet my kickers that I play against always make it on the road. I don't know if I've ever had a... Well, I have had a kicker miss before. It just doesn't seem like it happens all the time. The last time we went to a halftime locker room recently, we just chucked it up to Keelan Rounds, and he made the catch. So I'm going to do that again and see what happens. Keelan Rounds, 2-on-1, pass interference, play can't end on a defensive penalty. We're getting a shot. That is pass interference if I've ever seen one. They pushed him out of the way, and the quarter can't end on a defensive penalty. 1st and 10 from the 40. Is that far enough to kick a field goal? No, we can't kick a field goal. We're too far away. I thought it might have meant the other side of the 40. Chuck it again. Maybe get another defensive pass interference call. No, we don't. Okay. I thought I could maybe get back-to-back or something. That's all right. We only grab ourselves 1,000 passing yards for Kenyon Garnett. Somebody who doesn't have that good of an arm with 1,000 yards is pretty good. But we will go into the halftime locker room with the sun starting to descend here in Dover, Delaware. We start the second half. Although you'd think the lights would be a little bit more... Oh, that ball's out! Picked up by Gleaton. Who the heck is that? Who picked up that football? I don't even know who got the touchdown here. Who is this man? This is a mystery man. I can't see the... It is Gleaton. I said that right when I announced it. But I'm not familiar with your game, big dog. What a way to start the half. A forced fumble on the kick return. The very first play of the second half is a forced fumble return for a touchdown. It took us 2 seconds. Oh, you know what? I needed to score at the end of the first half. We didn't get it done. So we scored at the beginning of the second half. We popped that ball out like crazy. I don't even know who Gleaton is. He's got to be one of our corners, right? Let me check. That's the injury report. Never mind. Who is Gleaton? Is he one of our corners? Or safety, maybe? He's not a starting corner. He's not a safety. Is he a wide receiver? He was small. Who is this man? Is he a running back? No, he's not a running back. He looked too small to be a running back. I don't know who this man was. Gleaton. What? Where the... Is he real? Is he a real guy? Maybe he's a linebacker. Maybe he's a small linebacker. There he is. He's a Sam linebacker. Jake Gleaton, 6'1", 225. That is a small linebacker. No wonder I thought he was a corner. Although we got a couple small ones. We got 6'2", 231, 6'1", 225 for Tatum Wyndham. We got a couple thin, small linebackers, but no wonder I thought he was a DB because he's 6'1", 225. But he popped that dude. Or no, he didn't pop him, but he returned the kick. He had decent speed. That's a big sack. Is that Francis who got him? It absolutely is. Jarek Francis, the freshman with the sack. Our Aaron Donald clone. And it is 2nd and 17. But what I was saying about the lights, I feel like the lights should be... We should have more lights, basically. Jalen Means with a sack. Back-to-back, baby. Jalen Means a good player. He's a good player. I've been calling his name a bunch this series so far. This first season. Oh, Cormier got swatted to the ground. Tight end makes the catch, breaks the tackle. Almost broke the other tackle, but Culliver brings him down, and it's going to be a punt. So 2 sacks. It's kind of hard to come back from, especially back-to-back like that. And they will punt it back to us as we will start the second half up 35-16 with a great beginning to the half of the fumble on the kickoff, taking it to the house. All right, we've got, let's just run some handoffs here. We've been dominating with the run game. I kind of went away from that a little bit in the second quarter, and that's why we struggled a little bit, I think, in that second quarter. But the run game has been so dominant. Why go away from it? So we're going to go right back to it again. 2nd and inches. I'm going to give that to Kenny Garnett. Ooh, I cut the wrong direction, and I went right into a man. In the arms of an angel, I don't think so. Handoff Lighton. They were ready for that. He's able to at least not lose anything. That guy's name is Cameron, but it's split in half, so it's Cameron, I think, because he's got the like apostrophe in the middle of it. That's a strange way to spell Cameron. I guess it could be Cameron, just it's spelled, or it's got the accent on the top. I don't know. He's a real guy because we're only in season 1, so. Ooh, they were ready for that. That was a good run defense there. They were really ready for that. But you know what they're not ready for? A 4th and 2 where we're going to go for it and scramble with Kenny Garnett. Never mind. Just throw it to Rashad English. I was going to scramble with Kenny Garnett, but that guy never gave me enough space to be able to make the play, so I just had to throw it. Thankfully, English had enough separation between his guy and him to be able to get in. And Shelton Lighton scores his 3rd touchdown of the day. Oh, and he did the little... he dunked it on the goalpost. That's pretty cool. Can I see that? Come on. No! EA Sports, I hate you. You got to let your recording, your instant replays go the entire way. 41-42-16. I think it's safe to say we've built back our 17-plus blowout now, which is nice. And now we just got to keep it this way. But we know that Temple's not really on our same level, obviously, so all we got to do is just keep playing the same brand of ball we've been playing, sack the quarterback a couple more times, and we will head home with a big victory against a rival. And, oh my God, it's a touchdown for Temple. Really? We got to check the tape. We got to check the tape. What happened? I need to know. Ian Stewart, the senior with the catch and a touchdown. I got to see what happened on this. All right, so here he is. Ian Stewart. So, Cypress is covering. He's doing his job. He's covering his guy. 15 crashes down, which it wasn't really his guy to cover in the first place. And then you got 8, which is Hopes, Jayshon Hopes, who bites on the RPO and blitzes the run, like blitzes the backfield. But that leaves 15, who's Culliver, to have to clean up the scraps, and he's already 5 yards away from him by this point. There's no way he's going to catch him. So that's just miscommunication on who's covering who. Nobody didn't really... They kind of blew their assignments a little bit. If it was a closer game, I'd be more upset. But we're 42-23 on them. We are allowing a few too many points, though, against a bad Temple team. But we're still in a fine spot, and if we keep on running the clock down with these good handoffs, then we won't have to worry too much about it. So let's just keep it moving. We know our plan. We know our motive of scoring. And that's handing the ball off to these amazing running backs. Akeem Bell's already broken one for about 78 yards, I think, maybe 77 yards, something like that. He's already up to 103 yards on 4 carries. This will probably, unless there's like an injury, if I can speak, probably be the final play of the quarter. And no, we'll have to snap it one more time because the game clock and the play clock are not the same. This is going to have to be a throwaway. They sealed the outside pretty well, which is annoying. They usually do, don't they? It's really hard to scramble on the outside in 26. I've noticed that. Worthington, I'm going to playmaker up the field if I can. I can't. What the F? Why could I not throw that? I just took a sack because I lost the ability to throw the football, apparently. I was going to throw to square, and then all of a sudden I'm running like I'm an actual runner in the backfield instead of a quarterback. Did I press the wrong button? I guess I might have. That's got to be a catch. Worthington tight ropes the sideline and catches the football. Brandon Worthington is making a name for himself. Not a great throw from Kenny Garnett, but it's an even greater catch that makes up for the not so great throw by Brandon Worthington. Man, that's a huge play because that was 4th down. They probably would have scored another touchdown if we would have given the football back there. And this gives us a chance to run even more time off the clock. So an amazing conversion there by Brandon Worthington. Handoff. It's Akeem Bell. I thought it was Shelton Lighton for a second, so that's why I tried to run him through the linebacker. That didn't really work too well. That's not Akeem Bell's game. Oh, great double pancake. That's stereo pancakes right there, ladies and gentlemen. IHOP is open 24/7. I mean, that's stereo pancakes. Hand out to Lighton again. He spins off the tackle. Shelton Lighton. Oh my God, that was a fantastic break tackle. I didn't think he had that in him. And now we have 2 running backs over 100 yards today. We have really focused heavily on the ground today, which, I mean, can you blame me? I mean, we had the first 2 plays of the game were unbelievable runs, so might as well keep going to that. And that is the 2-minute warning in the game. We have done a really good job of draining this 4th quarter. But I wanted to do, they're not going to give me it now. I wanted to do a jet touch pass, but they're not going to give it to me this time. 3rd and 4. Do we think we can get a first down here? I'm going to try my best. Shelton Lighton falls. It's 4th and 2. They want me to go for it. I respect that. I was probably going to go for it anyway. Akeem Bell's in. We're going to rely on that speed. Akeem Bell up the middle. Akeem Bell breaks a tackle. He's down to the 5. Akeem Bell is fantastic. Too bad he's a senior. And now it's Shelton Lighton. Can he get number 4? Yes, he can. 4 touchdowns in a single game for Shelton Lighton on the ground. That man is him. And we will hopefully win this game 49-23, unless something else crazy happens on either side. There's always the possibility we could force another fumble on the kickoff. But we have secured a big blowout for this 4-star guard, which definitely will help this team because I think the offensive line is probably our weakest overall position group. Our corners are weak. Our DBs are weak in general. Micah Cypress, our 2-way player, is hurt. That's not good. Our DBs in general are kind of weak, but they're not as weak as the offensive line. The defensive line is one of our strongest. We've got some good defensive linemen. That's not a good tackle. I was going to say good tackle. That's not a good tackle. And it's a dislocated finger for Micah Cypress. So the 2-way player goes down, and now we're going to have 2 guys replace. Jalen Means can't get off the right tackle. That's got to be a hold or something. I mean, I'm trying to pull away from him. He keeps on grabbing me and won't let go. That's got to be some sort of hold. I wasn't even engaging in the block at that point. I was trying to pull away off of him. Down the field, caught by the wide receiver of Temple. He just he got body positioning over Bryce Todman. Wasn't really much I could do. He got in front of me. Quarterback keeps on play action. He's going to fire across the middle. It is caught. How did he hold on to that? I swatted that like crazy. I brought the axe down on him, and he still didn't drop it. He's got good hands. But unfortunately for them, they're down to 25 seconds in the game. They need more than just a touchdown to score or to tie. This Evan Simon dude's put up 300 yards on me, which is very annoying. But we knew our defense wasn't amazing. It's good, but it's not amazing. He's going to go a little check down, broken tackle, final play of the game. This running back's been very annoying. This will be the final play of the game. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Is he even going to snap it? He doesn't even snap it. He was doing too many pre-snap adjustments. Wow. Embarrassing. And we win the rivalry, so we're 3-1 in rivalries in our first year, which is pretty sick. Unfortunately, if I would have said 3-1 at the beginning of the series, I would have thought that, or I just would have assumed the one loss would have been to Penn State. But it's actually one of our wins, which is crazy. But we get a big win. We blew out Temple, so that should do pretty good numbers for the 4-star guard who was on campus. I'm hoping. We got locked out of Willingham because he chose Georgia. I should have taken the points off, but I thought for a second there was a sliver of hope he wouldn't choose Georgia. I should have just taken the points off because we could have scheduled more visits with that. And Shelton Line is the player of the week with 109 yards and 4 touchdowns. Pretty impressive. But let's take a look at the recruiting and see what's going on here as we take on UConn in the next game of the doubleheader. So Willingham has chosen Georgia. I should have taken the points off. I know. These 2 5-stars are just so close. The only problem is if I hard sell them, it might lose us. Although Keon Grover has a good enough sell to where I'm comfortable doing it because we have a A+, a B-, and a B. I feel fairly confident doing football influencer there. I think that one would work. But for Luis Trejo, I'm pretty sure we didn't have great grades. Although they've changed. We have an A- for proximity to home. We have a conference prestige of B- because we're the American for some reason. And championship contender is a B+ for us. So that actually is decent. And I used to, or earlier in the season, it was a very bad hard sell. But it looks like it's changed in our favor, which is nice. So it looks like conference legend is going to be the sell. It's not as good as the Grover one, but it's a decent one. And hopefully it keeps us ahead of Houston because they got a week 12. And that week 12 is going to come very, very soon. The visit worked wonders for Jermaine Braxton, but it did not get us ahead over Arizona. I'm a little bit worried. And his hard sell is not that good. We got a C+, an A+, and a D-. Can we really sell that? That seems like we can't sell that very, very easily. So I don't know what we do with him. Spencer Willingham, we definitely got to get on a visit pretty soon. But his, unfortunately, is going to take 40 hours because he's from California. So let's just get him in that UAB game because it's same-tier opponent. So we'll get him on campus in week 11. Fua is so close to committing. My God, just commit already. We're still good on all these guys that nobody else is going after because they're just random 3-stars. Landers we're looking good on. We're looking good there. We've opened up the ability to hard sell him, but we don't need to right now. Lawrence Pitts we're still fighting for. We probably should get him on campus. We can't, though, because we don't have enough hours to sell him or to get him here. Shelby locked us out or deal breakered us. I'll just take him off the board. It's not the big deal. We are still number 1 on Ed McKeever, which is pretty cool. We got to free up enough hours. So, Nick Madden, I am going to pull 5 off of you for this week because we need, 25? Yeah, we need 25. So, I'm going to pull the 5 hours off of each of these 3-stars. I'll put them back on once we get the hours back after the visit, after the week. But we need to get Lawrence Pitts as soon as possible. So we're going to schedule him for week 11 as well. And we're going to do conference prestige because we have a B- in that. So it's not a great sell, or not a great visit, but we got to do what we got to do. So I hate that we're going this hard on a 3-star, but Iowa's making a big push and I don't want to lose him. So that is how our recruiting is going to go for this week. I have a very bad feeling in the pit of my stomach that we're not going to get either of these 5-stars. We've worked so hard to get them, and then we're just not going to get them in the end. I just have a bad feeling about that. We're going to spend some more points in recruiting. We've done a pretty good job so far. We'll make the offensive linemen more interested. Actually, not the running backs. We'll make the DBs, the transfer DBs more interested. That could work. And Addison Arrington looking pretty good for recruiting so far. And we take on UConn, the second game of the doubleheader. Finally, a road game. We haven't had a road game in a little bit. But it is a road game against a lesser opponent again. We should be able to win, but you never know.
East Hartford, Connecticut, home to the UConn Huskies, where basketball has a championship pedigree and there's plenty of enthusiasm for football as well. What we have in store today, a clash between a pair of squads from the American.
We take on UConn in their place, another conference battle, and we are wearing, I broke out the Crusader uniforms for this game. We hadn't worn, the only uniforms we hadn't worn yet, so I broke out the little Crusader uniforms. We're going on a crusade in the American to take down UConn, the Huskies. I don't feel comfortable saying that guy's last name, so I'm not going to say it. Joe is his name, and we are going to... because that's the last thing I need is to be clipped like that. We are going to battle him and hopefully stop him from winning. We don't have anybody on campus, obviously, because we're not on campus. We are on the road, so we don't have to worry about like a blowout victory. I'd still like to get a blowout victory, but we don't have to worry about that. After this game, if I remember, it's got to be picked. It's not. Jacoby Henry, you got to make a play on that. They have visiting recruits. Ooh, we could ruin their recruiting. They got a couple guys on campus today. Interesting. I like the looks of that. We could really mess up their recruiting as Ty Chan goes down with an injury, one of their offensive linemen. But I would like... What was I saying? What was I saying? I got distracted by their recruits, and then I forgot what I was saying. I don't remember. Whatever. Let's move on. What was I saying? It couldn't have been that important, right? I feel like the Crusader uniforms are cool. Maybe I went a little overboard with putting the logo on the knee pads or on the thigh pads. That might look a little strange. Kind of looks like a woman of the night, you could call them, a salute, with getting like tattoos on her knees. That's something that those type of people do. Slutty women. Loose women, you could say. But I feel like it kind of goes a little over, kind of a little cheesy, I guess. But in the moment, I thought it was cool, so that's why I did it, obviously. I guess I didn't know how it was going to look on the field. It looks okay. It just kind of looks like they're looking at you, like eyes or something, because of the helmets and stuff. But whatever. The rest of the jersey looks pretty cool. I like how it looks on the field. Keelan Rounds makes a tough catch because the ball wasn't thrown that well from Kenyon Garnett. Handoff, Akeem Bell down immediately, gains nothing, really got a yard, I guess. Cam Chadwick, what a name. I don't know if I can trust Skip Montgomery to catch these passes after he dropped the one in the Temple game. You're going to give me 4th and inches on that? You don't think that the ball got crossed? It's a bad spot. Bad spot from the referees. So you know what we do? We just roll out and we give it to Worthington again because he is unbelievable. He is unbelievable. I don't know where to go, so I'm going to throw it away. If you don't know what to do, just huck it into the stands and start over. That's what I always say. Just get a chance to restart. This could very well be a Keelan Rounds one-on-one. I'm going to try it. Keelan Rounds, he's made plays like this before. I pulled him away on accident. I was trying to get him to circle around because he wasn't in position, and then doing that took him completely out of the play. That's annoying. But a handout to Lighton, and Lighton's got a lot of room. Shelton Lighton gets us to 4th and inches. We're going to run some hurry up because obviously we're going to go for this because we are big dogs, and big dogs go for it on 4th down in this situation. If you're not a big dog, then you don't go for it. But I'm a big dog. Lighton gets the first down. Easy work. Light work, even, from Shelton Lighton. And this, most likely, will be the final play of the quarter. A nice little simple handoff. He's trying to find some space. He could not dance around for long. The space closed very quickly, and we will end the first quarter all tied at 0, but we are knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. We are very close. I don't like that it still says Go Owls, because obviously if you're not aware or familiar with the history of this series, we replaced the Rice Owls in the American when we became the East Delaware Knights. So it still says hashtag Go Owls as our little catchphrase, I guess. And Brandon Worthington takes to that. I'm loving Brandon Worthington. You gotta love a little white guy, man. You gotta love a little white receiver. Every team needs a little white receiver, man. You gotta have a little spunk, a little grit, a little lunch pail type of guy. You just gotta have it. You're not a complete receiving core if you don't have a little white dude on your roster. And we got a little white dude. So our receiving core is complete. We got the big jump ball receiver in Keelan Rounds. We got the two-way player in Micah Cypress. We got everybody that fits a role. We got English, who puts a little English on it. He's a good route runner. He's a good spec catch receiver. He's pretty good receiver. And then you got the little white dude. Every team's got to have a little white dude. And we got ours. Does UConn? I don't know. They got a white fullback. I don't know if they have a white receiver. They might not be a complete team. I just realized in that game against Temple, I never even had to call a play for our 400-pound D tackle Bowling. Langston Bowling never got made an impact in that game. And I just like making a call because he's 400 pounds. I think that's fun. Although he doesn't look it on the field. He is, in fact, 400 pounds. Oh, we get a little flex? Hold on. A little flex Luther? Oh, why does EA Sports suck so bad? You're never going to give me any good thumbnails. I need a thumbie. How am I supposed to get a thumbie if your replays suck? Akeem Bell with the punt return. That's a really good punt return. That's one of the best ones we've had in our history. It's a really, really good punt. Let's continue to run this football and continue to dominate. Oh, that guy blew his knee out. We landed right on his knee, and he fell backward awkwardly. There's no way he didn't blow his knee out. Akeem Bell probably should have went to the outside. I might have had more success there. But this becomes a huge 3rd down and 3. Can we deliver? I hope so. It'd be awkward if we didn't. I'd probably have to kick a super deep field goal that I don't feel comfortable kicking. But who needs a field goal when you got an interception? Oops. I tried to hit Brandon Worthington. I forced it, I think, to him. Yeah, that was not good. Kenyon Garnett don't throw very many interceptions, so I can't complain too much. But that was more my fault, really. I saw that DB breaking down on the ball. I should have been more aware of it. But I wasn't. And I throw a very avoidable interception, which, looking back on it, you could probably make a whole compilation of avoidable interceptions that I've thrown in my time on these games. That's mainly what my interceptions are, at least in the modern day. Like back in Madden 21, Madden 20, those games, I probably, and yes, I've been on YouTube since those games were around, so those I probably had more arguments because something crazy happened in the game where it forced a tip ball or something to be picked off. But a lot of my mistakes, a lot of my interceptions are user error because I just throw into a very avoidable situation and it ends up being picked off. Which, I'm Brett Favre, baby. Except without the sending dick pics. I'm Brett Favre, baby. I'm a gunslinger. I'm going to chuck the ball wherever it needs to get chucked. Or the embezzling money from the state of Louisiana. Brett Favre's got a lot of issues. I'm talking on the field. Brett Favre on the field is who I am. That's more like it. Ooh, Cypress, not going anywhere. All right, let's get back in the lead here. Let's get back in this game, baby. We're going to find that Keelan Rounds easy. Let's continue to run because I want to take some more time off the clock. I don't want to give this. I really don't want to give UConn the ball back in this half if I can. But if I can do that. So we've reached the 2-minute warning. Let's go with the swing. I'm going to keep the chew clock on for a little bit longer. Let's, of course. Why would he throw it that way? Why would he take a whole 360 to throw it away? That makes no sense. Ooh, they're going to press on Keelan Rounds. That's a little enticing. I think he's got it. I don't think he stepped out of bounds. Oh, but Kenny Garnett's arm is so bad. It's so inaccurate. I probably shouldn't have thrown that, but he was so open. I had to take the chance. Kenny Garnett's arm is not great. And that didn't go well, did it? Turnover on downs. I should have known they were going to bring heat. Hand out to the running back. Means can't bring him down, but we do anyway. Cam Edwards injured on the play. Is that the running back? It is. Pectoral strain. We know immediately what his injury. He hasn't even gone to the sideline. How do you know what his injury is? Handoff. Backup running back. He's breaking tackles like crazy. But he goes down for a gain of maybe 2. Maybe 3. Is it time to dial up a blitz? I think it might be. Oh, we almost got to him. If we didn't bring the blitz, we probably don't allow that first down. But I thought it felt like a good situation to bring a little blitz, a little linebacker blitz, bring some pressure. Oh, that's underneath. That's a quick throw. He got way too many yards on that. Another timeout called by UConn. They got 1 remaining. 46 seconds. Maybe a little corner blitz will work a little bit better than a linebacker blitz. That doesn't really matter. They handed it off, and he gets nowhere. 3rd and 5 clock is moving. I mean, they're in prime position to kick an easy field goal. He's going to scramble and throw it away because I missed the dive. So they're going to leave us a little bit of time, which you know what that means. That means the Keelan Rounds deep ball potential. But the field goal is up and good. UConn leads at half, or before half. They'll send it away. Pose back to return. He's got some room, but it closed quickly. 23 seconds. They already know what I want to do. I want to send this to Keelan. Although first, I got to get that away a little earlier. They got pressure on me too quick. I didn't think I had time to throw it. 17 seconds. Chuck it deep. It's going to go out of bounds again. Come on, Kenyon. I know you don't have that good of an arm. But I'm begging you to throw it a little accurate one time. For the love of the game, throw it a little accurate, please. Was the clock moving there? Oh my God, Skip Montgomery's wide open. Does he have the speed to get to the end zone? He doesn't have a lot of speed, but he's going to get in the end zone with 1 second remaining. Wow, they completely left him wide. He's running like he had a load in his pants. That was not a good ball from Kenny Garnett, I will say. But that's the whole point of Kenny Garnett. He's not a thrower. He's not a quarterback. He's a running back that just happens to have a good enough arm to be considered a quarterback. Skip Montgomery scores the touchdown to give us the lead right before half. They completely left him wide open. I don't know what they were thinking there. And we will start with the football. Our game plan is to just run the clock. That's what we got to do. Simply run timeout. If we could take the whole third quarter like we've been known to do before in the past, that would be super ideal. We'll see what happens. Sometimes the defense is good enough to where we can't do that all the time. But we'll see. Akeem Bell, first handoff of the half. He's got a lot of room. Akeem Bell down the field. I kind of ran into him on purpose there. I probably could have gotten a few extra yards. But I don't want to break off too many big gains immediately because we got to run the clock. And Garnett, I bounced off of Skip Montgomery. That lost me a couple yards. That sucks. He's only got 2 yards on the ground. He's more of a runner than that. We haven't really done much with him today. Lighton will fall down at the 42. This is an interesting spot. They're going to play back, which gives us the advantage because we can go underneath and get a little bit of a better shot. Although Kenyon Garnett, he's got enough speed to get away. Oh, my God. Thank you, Kenyon. But that ball's out. Picked up by Keelan Rounds. I tried to slide. You saw me start the slide animation. But shocker, I got tackled and it kicked out my slide animation for a tackle animation. If I'm going to slide, it needs to slide. Thankfully, Keelan Rounds was right there to pick that ball up. Or we could have been in trouble. Lighton does good to get us up to the 39. We just need... I can't believe that Garnett had enough speed to get away from that. I thought he was going to get sacked for sure. I'm going to hit Worthington here. I think he's open enough. And he is. First down. First down. Barely a first down, but a first down. Lighton, do you have enough speed? He does. Back-to-back first downs. Let's go. And we're doing a good job. We've taken all the third quarter away. Really, really good job. Oh, that's Tyson Collins out there. I was expecting Shelton Lighton back there, and Tyson Collins don't have the wheels like that. Final play of the quarter. Akeem Bell breaks a tackle. Akeem Bell fumbled. He had to have been down. No, not like this. Please tell me he was down. They're not going to review it, but I will challenge. There's no way he didn't get down. Was that ball bobbling before he hits the ground? No, the knee's down for sure. Thank you. Whew, that was close. The knee is down for sure. Akeem Bell survives. He's just a little guy, so you got to be careful about that kind of stuff. Does QB Blast work? Kinda. It did its job to get us to the end of the quarter. We will go to the fourth quarter up by 4, hoping to go up even more. SMU's undefeated so far this year. Some crazy standings. I almost would prefer to not get in on this first play. And I didn't really have a choice in that. They shut that down immediately. But it might be for the best because that gets us like 30 seconds off the clock, maybe even 45 seconds off the clock. Before Lighton hopefully punches in here, and he does. Shelton Lighton's going to end up being the leading touchdown scorer in this team's history, I would assume. Because he's only a freshman. He's going to be here for at least 3 years, unless he transfers. I hope he doesn't. I don't remember if he has a deal breaker or not. He might be one of the players we got lucky with and didn't have a deal breaker. But we lead 21-10. It's a comfortable lead. We just need to stop UConn from scoring again. Fires across the middle. Man, I really wish we could just lay the hammer on him. How come the CPU never does any hospital balls? Just wanted to pop him. I do have that standing invitation for anybody that wants to get an extra paycheck in their locker. And yes, I know we're in college football, and I said paycheck. I mean paycheck. Get a little bonus for sending somebody to the hospital. Preferably with broken bones or a concussion. No, I mean, I'm not saying that Bounty Gates 2.0 is alive, but I'm not saying, if you know what I mean. First and 10 Delaware, or first and 10 UConn. 21-10. 4.5 minutes to go in the game. Oh, Langston Bowling was right there. You're not getting past a 400-pounder. 400 pounds of pure power. He's built Ford tough. I can see. I was gonna say I can see this being a wheel to the running back, and he's gonna be able to get a lot of room out of it. He's still on his feet. It's gonna be a touchdown. How in the wide world of all that is holy did he get a touchdown out of that? We had like 3 different players tackle him. He broke all of them. Unreal. They're gonna try to make it a field goal game with this 2-point. It's not as comfortable as a lead as it was previously. Sack him. Sack him. There it is. He's going nowhere. 5-point game. 5-point game. And with 4 minutes left, we've already proven we can take an entire quarter down on one drive. So let's go and do that again. I'm fine winning 21-16. We don't have to impress any recruits. All we have to do is win. So I'm fine taking a little 5-point victory if it means a victory in the end. And Shelton Lighton stays on his feet. Big first carry of the drive. That's a really, really big tone setter of the drive. Obviously, when we get closer to the 2-minute warning, they're going to start using their timeouts because they're going to think they have a chance, but they don't have a chance. Skip Montgomery injured, slows down or stops the clock. Of course he's injured. He's been a failure, although he does have a touchdown in this game. Akeem Bell going nowhere. Man, they really shut that down, didn't they? Maybe a slip screen would work. Slip? It is Akeem Bell running it. If anybody's going to have the slip screen work, it's going to be him. It's going to work to perfection. My God, that's a beautiful slip screen. I don't usually say that about screens, in this game at least. But that one was run to perfection. Oh, perfection. Lighton ran right into a man, and another injury. I mean, we're just getting down to the grimy stuff now. They're faking injuries left and right to try to stop this clock. Save any timeouts that they can. I'm going to give him a free timeout as well because I got to throw it away. If they wouldn't cover my guys, it'd be perfect. But it's almost like they want to try and win for some reason. Spin move. Oh, what? I pressed spin. He didn't spin. Maybe it didn't register. I don't know. Second timeout used by UConn. We are right there on the doorstep. QB blast is going to work beautifully. I almost thought about just going down, but I might as well give the touchdown to Garnett. He's never going to have a more free touchdown than that. And we are back up 28-16. We made it a 12-point game now, which means it's 2 possession. They got to score, onside, score, and 2-point at some point in this game. They got to get another 2 points. So, but they only have 2:21 to go, and they have 1 timeout remaining because they used 2 of them on our drive. Let's see what happens. Our defensive line has not been as impactful as they were against Temple. They've had their moments, and that's an unbelievable first play. It's a broken tackle. It's a touchdown on the first play. No, Mixon's going to stop him. These broken tackles are getting out of hand, man. Every year I complain about the broken tackles, and every year it's the same song and dance. 2-minute warning. They've got 2 minutes and 1 timeout to get a touchdown, onside, touchdown, 2-point. And it's going to... My God, how does he stay on his feet after that? I hit him dead on. Caleb Cormier takes a injury timeout. Montrose, we haven't seen much of him at all. Let's user him, see if he's any good. Oh, I didn't get to him in time. Stop the tight end. There we go. Becomes 2nd and 4. Let's see what Montrose has got. See if he's got good pass rush moves. That was a fairly decent move, and it's going to be a touchdown UConn. Are they going to go for their 2-point now? I mean, they got to get it at some point, so. Nope, they're just going to take the field goal. They're going to make it 28-23. Back to a 5-point game. Cormier's injured again. Good God. Oh, whoops. That's my bad. I tried to call a timeout. Thankfully, Hainsworth was there to field that onside kick. I clicked the wrong button. I didn't even think about clicking for onside. I was too worried about thinking about Cormier getting injured again. Akeem Bell. You gotta be kidding me. Nick Russell injured. They save a timeout, or they used it because they're under 2 minutes, so they used their timeout. But it stops the clock. Shelton Lighton probably puts. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, I didn't mean to challenge the play. I was going to instant replay. Obviously, it's a fumble. I didn't mean to challenge it. I clicked the wrong button. Oh my gosh, Shelton Lighton got absolutely rocked. Wow. As I was saying, he has ended the game because he got the first down and we can just run the kneel downs the rest of the time. But Shelton Lighton got obliterated. He got sent to the shadow realm. He got obliterated. Somebody please, not like this. Thankfully, they have to score a touchdown if they want to win this game. I can't believe Shelton Lighton. Out of everybody, I thought Lighton was going to be the one guy that wouldn't fumble on a hit like that, but he got absolutely obliterated. Jalen Means might have, as I was going to say, Jalen Means might have ended the game with a sack there, but Caleb Cormier gets injured for the 4th freaking time. Stay out of the game. I told you to not come back in. You came back in, and look what happened. You got hurt again. And now UConn drops a dime. The sack could have ended the game. Unbelievable. Injuries are out of control in this game. That's a good tackle. I'm going to tell... I pressed square. Oh, it's glitched. Whatever. I was going to press square. It's a spike. Can I press square now? Get it off my screen? Thank you. I pressed square to substitute out Caleb Cormier, but I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back in 3 seconds. They are dangerously close to taking the lead here. End zone. Incomplete. Thank you, Micah Cypress. I thought that he was going to catch that for a second. All right. One play. This play ends the game if they don't get it. Jalen Means. Pick it off, please. Thank you, Culliver. Jalen Means did not get the sack, which would have been super upsetting, but he threw it in a double coverage, and Culliver brings it down. And that should be the game. I'm almost afraid to give it to Lighton again after he got rocked. But he does a good job there. They have no more timeouts. That's going to be the ball game. We survive against UConn. Man, when he fumbled the football, I thought for sure we were going to lose that game. It just kind of had that vibe to it where they were going to get the fumble and take it to the house for a touchdown. But thankfully, that didn't happen. We survive against UConn. We still only have the one loss, which we shouldn't have in the first place, but we lost to Delaware. And we move to week number 10. We've only got 2 more episodes after this. I think we have 4 more games left, so 2 more doubleheaders. We get locked out of Stump. Okay, I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought we'd have enough time to put some hours on him. Oh, we're taking on 8-1 Memphis in the next episode. That's going to be a game. That's crazy. These 2 guys are so close to committing, but they're also so close to going on campus to other schools. And we've lost out on Jermaine Braxton. I don't think... Yeah, I'm just going to pull out of this recruitment. Our grades are not good enough to hard sell him. That would have been our only chance to get ahead. We're just going to pull out of the Braxton race. We just simply cannot do anything with that. And the Fetu Fua we've dropped to 3 on, and our grades are even worse for him. We might have to pull out of the Fetu Fua race. Man. I can't sell that. That's tough. Let's get rid of Stumpf. Jaden Denny, now that we have ours, we might be able to get in, make a little bit of a push for him. It might be a little late, but we'll try to see what happens here. There's only been one other school. Clemson's the only other school that's offered him a scholarship, so we'll see what happens with that. I also want to put... I also want to put see if there's any more 4-stars available. Are there any more 4-stars we can go after? Or that they all made their decisions that don't involve us? There's Woolyhan, there's Denny. There's got to be another 4-star. There's got to be. Maybe there's not. It doesn't look good. It's looking like just 3 stars, unfortunately. Man, that's tough. All the 4 stars have either locked us out, deal breakered us, or have committed elsewhere. All right. Well, I guess we'll go for some other people then. Some 3-star, some bums. We'll go for some 3-star bums, and maybe they'll want to come play for us. Pure power, I don't really like that much. Don't we need corner? I feel like we need corner. We do need corner. But all the 3-star corners have locked us out for some reason. Why are you being so harsh? All right. We've added a few guys to the board. This guy's got playing time, I'm assuming. You have Sateki. Sateki Cross has playing time. We'll just take him. I don't want to deal with that. We'll just take him off the board. It's not that big of a deal. He's only a 3-star. George Snelson. What a name. Does he have the goods? 90 throw power is good enough to get a scholarship from your boy. We'll offer scholarships to all these guys. And then once we get more hours back, we'll actually start going in on them. All right, we'll see if we can get in on any of those guys. We probably just get locked out of them, I would assume. But these are the 2 big ones that we're trying to get. These 2 5-stars, man. They just won't commit. That's 100 hours we get back if they just commit. Next episode, we got a meat matchup against Memphis. It's going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be one of the things that decides the conference because they're undefeated in the conference. We have 1 loss. So if we can beat them, we'll jump ahead of them. And then it's UCF or USF and then them. And if whatever happens with UTSA and Navy. So this is maybe a precursor, little preview of what's going to happen in the American Championship. I don't know. I'm hoping we can win this game, though. It's going to be tough. If you enjoyed the episode, leave it a like. Thank you so much for stopping by and watch. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.